Hey, all you recovering emo kids, Amanda and Rob here with the Emo Kids Anonymous podcast. And today we are joined by Stu, Jackson, and Kyle from Excuse Me, Who Are You, or EMWAY, as the short acronym, which is a great acronym, by the way. You guys are smart and chose a cool name for a cool acronym, and you're not like Jimmy World. So that's awesome.
Didn't even realize that.
Jesus.
Holy shit.
They
It's gonna
make
nudge
jokes about it
towards
all
that
the
later
time.
on. Yeah, shit. Yeah, you jumped right to that.
I'm sorry. I love a band with a good acronym that you can gravitate towards because Jim Adkins knows too well. He has called it out. You just got to be careful when you name your band.
Yeah.
When
And
people shorten it.
before we dive in, even I just gotta say, first off, I legit didn't check you guys out at first because I kept thinking your name was Elway. And no offense to the band Elway, but I grew up a Charger fan. I fucking hate John Elway. So I just, out of protest, I just kept seeing it. And like, I mean, four of the five letters are the same. They blended in. And then I saw your name in long form. And I was finally like, yeah, you got me with the Abbott Costello shit. I finally was like, okay, let's listen. I apologize. I've since listened to Elway. They're also tight, but the acronym actually really upset me at first, to be
That
honest
is
with you.
hilarious.
No, low key, like, I have never heard of Elway until someone on Twitter was like, they just brought up the name with ours too. And there was like a lineup, and they were like, this lineup would be better if it was Elway instead. So I was like, oh shit, I'm gonna listen to them. Like, it's like they're also doing like emo adjacent stuff. Yeah, Elway's pretty good. Yeah. Yeah, I was like, damn, okay, they kind of rip. So crazy world we live in. But yeah, I'd never heard of them. So we'll have to play a show with them or something. It just makes sense.
And what a lineup that would be. Emway and Elway.
I said they took the L.
Yeah, they took the L, yes.
Damn, yeah. Wow.
Yep. I guess they would technically come first in the alphabet too, because they're EL. But we
Yeah,
can
yeah.
talk about that later. But alphabets. Yeah, but awesome. So we are so glad to have you guys on. Another Midwest band. You guys are from Madison, Wisconsin, correct?
Yeah.
Yes, awesome.
Actually, the Midwest.
The actual Midwest.
Yeah.
We had a band on that was from LA playing Midwest emo. So you guys are, or not from
They
LA,
were from
but
LA. They're from a
California.
different part of California.
Sorry.
We don't claim them in LA. We don't claim them here in LA. But I was a little perturbed. Like, it seems like a regional thing, which I don't know, geographically, the Midwest is kind of the Mideast. That's a whole separate thing. But like, you guys are actually there. So before we dive in, I was going to ask this anyways later. Like, do you guys as actual Midwesterners take a little offense when you see other places use this term? Or is it like an endearing thing where you see it as like a product, pride?
No, I don't really feel either way about it. Like,
It's like such a normalized like genre, I feel like, at this point, where it's just like, I get it. Like, it's also got like its own sound tied to it as well now. Like, if someone was like, yeah, we're an emo band versus yeah, we're a Midwest emo band, it's like, I kind of have to see if they're like, yeah, we're a Midwest emo band already. Yeah, no, I don't know. We're not like, whoa, you're not in the Midwest.
also,
Hold up, right? Yeah.
different people what states are in the Midwest? Everyone's gonna give you a different answer. So
It's true.
That's true.
Midwest is more of an idea, I guess, than anything.
Yes, I think so.
yeah.
Yeah. Is it cold? Do you want to be kind of upset when you make the music? Then that's probably Midwest. You're fine.
Well, we were in Oklahoma earlier this year, and they're like, yeah, this is the Midwest too. And I was like, no shit. I was like, I need to like look this up.
Some people say
what is the
Montana.
Midwest?
People say Montana and Wyoming.
I was gonna say, if you really look at
Yeah.
a map, like Wyoming, Montana would kind of be the Midwest, I would think.
Yeah, yeah.
Easy.
Yes.
I mean, it makes sense to me. When I think of like Midwest, I just think of like Wisconsin, Illinois, Missouri. I think Tennessee North.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like you got Michigan in there. You got Wisconsin. You got in Illinois. Like that. Yep.
Yep.
No, real.
That tracks.
But yeah, no.
So
That should be a shared term.
it should be a shared term. I
Yeah.
agree. So tell us a little bit about the band's origin story for those of our listeners and viewers who have never heard of you guys before. How did EMWAY come about? Also, you got to let them know where you came up with the name, because I know we have some anime fans who watch our show.
Yeah. We do.
We do.
I didn't know we had anime fans watching this program.
I assume.
So Jackson and I used to be in a band called Meat Jelly. Meat Jelly broke up during COVID.
Okay.
And so I started doing stuff with Meat Jelly's drummer Jamie, who he played drums on the first EP.
Okay. Okay.
So I started writing some stuff with Jamie, and at the time Kyle had been helping Jamie and I record Meat Jelly stuff. And
Mhm.
Kyle had just started a project with Jamie and the old singer of Meat Jelly.
Gotcha.
And so I asked Kyle to come, sing for us. And that's how it's like the whole start of it. The name
Mhm.
came from, Perfect Blue. Jamie and I, we went to middle school and high school together, and there was like,
Yeah.
we were in like eighth or ninth grade having a sleepover, and our friend brought over Perfect Blue on DVD. And it was like, around the time that, we started smoking weed and shit. So like watching
Yeah.
Perfect Blue when you're 13, smoking for the first time is like, whoa, man.
Yeah.
But that scene where, she repeats, "Excuse me, who are you?" over and over again, like stuck with us. That's something that, really stuck with us. So.
So I
Yeah.
remember Stu being like, "Yo, it's gonna be this name or this name," and we ended up going obviously with "Excuse Me," and I remember hating it. I remember hating
Yeah.
it so much. I was like, "This is the cringiest name ever." Lo and behold, like a year later, it's like I love the name.
We
I-
didn't even
Yeah, no, it's a grower, not a shower.
we didn't realize how like well the acronym rolls off the tongue until like we didn't see it until I made the email account, and I was like, I'm not gonna write out "Excuse me, who are you?" We're like,
No, that
I was
makes
like,
sense.
I was like, "What's "EMWAY?"
Yeah.
And I was like, it's "Excuse me, who are you?"
I remember Jackson was like, "Can it just be the acronym?"
He's like, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Hey,
Yeah. Try to make some
might as
adjustments.
well.
Embarrassed. It is kind of embarrassing when someone's like, "What's the band name?" You're like, "Excuse me, who are you?" And they're like, "What?"
That was
I know, full on out of Costello gimmick. Yeah.
Yes.
before we were even doing like shows, like before we even had like more than one song written. Jamie and I
Mhm.
used to go in Madison, in downtown Madison. There's this place, State Street, and it's like a
Mhm.
pedestrian mall. And Jamie and I used to get like permits from the city to go out and just jam
Oh,
on
nice.
State Street. And I remember like the first time we told someone was like, "What's your band name?" And I was like, "Excuse me, who are you?" And they were like, "Damn, okay, dog." Like, bogus.
That's good.
Don't try that cute shit with
They're
me,
like,
son.
I
I
don't know,
fought in the war.
right?
Yeah.
It is. I mean, it's a great name to start a conversation or to start a fight, whichever one you prefer.
Yeah,
Just depending on the mood that's happening and what everyone's in. Excellent. And so you guys had your first EP about the beer I owed you that came out in 2022, correct?
Yep.
Yeah, yeah. And so that one's interesting because as I was listening to it, I was like, where are all these pieces of dialogue coming from? Why do they sound so familiar? And then I realized it was from Half Life, right? From the 1998. So, okay. So talk to me a little. I'm so curious about what gravitated you towards using that video game as like a, companion and part of that EP. Like, what was the drive behind that? I'm so curious.
Yeah, I
Like nothing. No,
I I
Even
knew that I
better.
wanted the like opening track to have that opening line
Yeah.
from G-Man from Half-Life 2, because
Yep.
my buddy Carson, who sang in our old band Meat Jelly, told me, I think he was like either some other band or his band when he was in high school did something like that. And I was like, "Oh, I'm 100% gonna steal that. That's a great idea." But I like play way too much Half-Life. I play through all of those games at least like once a
Mhm.
year. And like adding, there wasn't anything like thematic behind us like putting it in.
Okay.
Really, like it was just like I downloaded all of the dialogue like sound clips from both of the games, and then just started throwing random ones in at different points
Love it.
in songs. And
You're just he like would just like figure out what fit best. I remember like I think there was a moment where we were like, we have to finalize the EP, and he's like, we were like, you got to put the samples in, and I remember he got back to me like shockingly quick. He's just like, all right, the samples are done,
yeah.
and we were like, oh,
And actually, originally, I had wanted to use Perfect Blue samples on the first EP, but before we even started recording, Kyle had like written out Double Bind and added
Wow.
Perfect Blue samples to it.
Okay.
So Kyle beat me to it. So I was like, okay, we'll use Half-Life.
Yeah, it was just kind
That's
of like
perfect.
all really quick thought. Like, I don't know. I think Stu says sometimes like make art and then like add reasons.
Yeah, I think it's like,
or Stu doesn't say that.
I think it was like David Lynch said, like, make your shit and then figure out what it means later.
Oh yeah, 100%. Yeah. Well, honestly, because after you make it, does it really matter what you intended? Because then
Doesn't
whoever's
belong to you
consuming it,
anymore.
it's
Yeah.
gonna, yeah, it doesn't belong to anymore. It's up to them. They're going to make with it what they will. But that does lead us into a question speaking of double bind. Oh, did we lose him for a second?
Shit, I lost EMWAY. I just have a screen. Yeah, a black
Oh,
one.
wait, hold on. It's just like, here's the tooltip.
It seemed like we
Oh,
could kind
okay. Yeah. Are you guys?
Yes.
Yeah. No, it's a filter
Sometimes
makes
it'll
you
give
into
you
a
a thumbs up.
yeah, a thumbs up. It does. It did fireworks one time for someone recently, but like you gotta,
It
you gotta
did.
really earn that shit. Yeah, it did. I've seen it a couple of times. You guys familiar with the fellow Midwesternites, Chicagoites? Believe they're currently trying to play at a Chicagoland Chili's, a critically acclaimed band, 10 months summer.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. No, I've seen them trying to do that, and I respect it heavily.
Yes, question from
We were
Nish.
so close to playing at a Culver's. It was about to be insane. And it got a bunch of media coverage. And at the last
Yeah.
minute, like the guy who owned like that Culver's franchise in Milwaukee was like, we can't do that.
I've never been to a Culver's, but I hear it's the one place that actually legitimately gives In-N-Out a run for its money. I've had
Pretty good
Whataburger,
burgers.
it's dog shit.
We're out in California.
Yeah.
I mean, Culver's, like in the Midwest, Culver's is like, you're going to spend the same amount of money you would at McDonald's. You might as well go to Culver's. It's like
Yeah.
way better.
Yes.
I've never been to a Culver's, but it's on my fucking list. It's basically the only burger on my
Got
list.
to.
Yeah.
I can't believe they wouldn't let you play.
I
Like, what
know.
do you have to do to get to play one of these
um,
places? Be Blink-182? Like, good
This is
lord.
America, yeah.
Yeah.
It's so sad.
So we did it at a skate park instead.
And it was sick.
It was
Well,
still really
It was a good
cool.
time. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a really cool venue to do it at, regardless. But yeah, but speaking of Nish from 10 Month Summer, so he actually had a question for you guys that he wanted us to ask about double bind. And I'm gonna read this word for word because he is much smarter than both of us.
He's the smartest person I know personally.
Also
Yeah,
smarter than
he's
me.
Yeah, he
so intelligent.
went to like college twice, I think. Yeah, like master's degree in books, in poetry.
Yes,
Way too qualified
very
for
intelligent.
emo.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
I'm way too qualified.
So his question is, with a record so closely tied to a film thematically and conceptually, what was your process in blending someone else's art into your own to create a work entirely unique in its own right?
That's just too smart.
Yeah, that's not a question I would be asking.
You know, I think a lot of that release kind of blended itself together a little bit naturally, in the sense where like I wrote lyrics to it mostly first before coming up with like samples to go along with it.
Yeah.
I mean, there are some songs like Volcano Balls, right? That I have the quote is like the hook, right?
Yeah.
There's like parts where I like worked with that and based the song around it and pulled meaning in my own life to it. But a lot of it, you know, like 3 of the songs are about my dad passing, like 2 or 3 of the songs are about like, you know, past love type things. And, you know, then we have the other 2 that I think are just about like friends and stuff. So, you know, in a lot of ways, like there's stuff where I'm talking about like self imagery and, you know, loss of self and, you know, how people might portray me, vice versa, or how I feel about, you know, certain things. I mean, death isn't really something that's brought up much in Perfect Blue, but I think there are things that are, you know, adjacent enough potentially
Oh yeah.
that might tie stuff together. But you know, it's also one of those things where it's like, you know, we made it, and like you could probably tie more meaning to certain things now than we even intended. You know, people aren't really digging,
No.
but I don't know.
Yeah. No, I could definitely see that because I mean, for those who are listening who aren't familiar with Perfect Blue, it's about a pop star who leaves her J-pop band to become an actress, and she has a stalker who's stalking her while she's also starring in this drama called Double Bind. I don't know why I'm explaining this, but for anyone who's listening who wants to know. And she
I know
starts
nothing
to
about
her
this. Yeah.
reality and her fantasies start to the lines start to blur, and all of a sudden this website pops out, Mima's Room, because the pop star's name is Mima, and it's like about her daily life. It's like a blog, but it's not her writing it. And so I don't want to give away the ending and stuff, but there is a lot of this whole idea of, yourself and how people see you and how they want to see you. So I can see where those themes can come into play with your songs on that album. So
It's really similar to the movie Black Swan.
yes, yeah, it is. Yeah.
Darren Aronofsky got the rights to make the live action Perfect Blue just so he could do Black Swan.
I had no clue that was where that's awesome. That's
Yeah,
really cool to
like
know
Dog
that.
from Requiem of a Dream.
that's the same guy.
Oh, it's the same person.
Yeah,
Oh,
there's a
okay.
scene.
Yes,
I
Tied in
think
the
he
name,
got it
yeah.
like when he was doing Requiem for a Dream, because there's a scene in Requiem for a Dream that's like straight out of Perfect Blue, like when she's like underwater in a bathtub screaming or something like that.
that's right. Okay. I do remember that now. That was a movie I saw in college once, and I said I can't see this again because it's
Yeah.
really traumatic for me.
Yeah.
But I know you guys started talking about, writing this album and then also writing the EP. Talk to us overall generally about the writing process for the band. Who kind of, takes what responsibilities? What does that process look like for Emway?
I mean, just generally, I'd say like Kyle and I will bring like songs and riffs to the band, and then we'll all
Mhm.
with like somewhat of a structure maybe, and then we'll all
Yep.
flesh it out together.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Now, are you guys writing the lyrics before you're writing the music, or
No,
is it kind of
no,
okay?
it's usually the music
Yeah, we
Music.
first.
I primarily like I go home and play guitar a lot too. So like, I never even thought I'd be doing vocals. So it's funny, but like
Yeah,
you'll write
when
guitar.
I asked him to join as the singer, Kyle was a guitarist. I had never heard them sing before.
Yeah.
And I was like, I bet you Kyle could do that.
Good rap.
Yeah, I have faith in Kyle. That's crazy. So you already had an idea, Stu, in mind when you brought Kyle in as far as the vocals and what did you want them to sound like?
Yeah, well, I mean, it wasn't even. I mean, when Kyle tried out for the band, Kyle tried out on Tadpole by Stars Hollow and Mark My Words by Origami Angel. So that was I was like, that's what I want. That's what I'm looking for. But I asked Kyle to join the band just because they're just a great overall musician. And
Yeah.
that's yeah, it's true. It's true. It's true. And it's the same with Jackson and the same with Hayden. Like they're like
Yeah.
not only like we all knew each other, before starting the band. We've all been friends for a long time. But like they're
Hmm.
all just like great music, not just great at their instrument, but great musicians. It's hard to
Yeah.
quantify that.
Yeah, I guess like a lot of the time, like one of us will like demo something, and then like we'll
Okay.
and like practice and like work on it and kind of like workshop songs together. And then yeah, I usually write lyrics like after. I mean, not I don't want to say like after the song is written, but like while the song's being written, I'll like come up with ideas or like ad lib a lot, and like that's how I did a lot of early M1 stuff. Or I'll just like sit on my own and like write stuff to the song
Yeah.
and try it out at practice and see how everyone's feeling. And so I don't know. Usually I sometimes pull from old stuff. So I guess you could say that's a thing, but like, yeah, mostly now writing lyrics before the music.
I think that one of the most essential parts of the writing process for the vocals is
I know exactly.
when Kyle's having trouble coming up with like rhythmic cadences for songs or like
Yeah.
melodies for the vocals for songs, I'll just take like the instrumental tracks and I'll like, have some beers and just freestyle over it. Like just like,
Well,
like
that's
a vocal melody,
interesting.
but the lyrics are always like, yeah, it's just about like drinking your own piss or like
Yeah.
learning.
There we go.
Learning how to use it. Yeah.
Will we
one on
ever
TikTok.
see
There's
those
one on TikTok.
demo tracks show up somewhere?
There's one on like TikTok and on our Instagram of a song that we're working on right now.
It's like my
Okay.
favorite M-Way
And we
song now
played a
too,
couple
which
of
is
times. But
hilarious.
Mine's
it's just me
interesting.
like singing about like, can somebody show me how to drink my own urine?
I think the best part is that I didn't use any of the cadences that he came up with.
You just one of them.
Did I really?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, okay. I guess I used one.
Okay. You used one of them?
I
Okay.
guess so.
That's excellent.
That's so
I love it. Well, hopefully we'll see more of those as you guys are working on more new music, because that would be a fun little Easter egg for
Yeah,
Emway
let's
fans.
put those on Spotify.
Yeah, we should just release them.
You should, yeah, just throw them out there, see what people listen to, what they like.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
Man, let's talk a little bit about, so you guys are, from Madison, and in a recent podcast you guys had talked about how wanted to bring awareness to the fact that there is a scene there in Wisconsin, and that it is a like budding scene. It's like it's full blown. So talk to me a little bit about, what that scene looks like. And for you guys, what that support system in Wisconsin looks like in terms of getting your music out there, getting to play shows, things like that.
I feel like there's like just a massive, especially like with COVID. The second like COVID started happening, and then like a little bit after too, like the surges of like bands that are phenomenal just like came out of the cracks. There are obviously some prior too, but those including those that were local beforehand, it just felt like there was this like massive like pop of like especially like really great emo adjacent
Yeah.
projects between like Madison, Milwaukee, and nearby. I think like there's been like a lot of, I don't know, like there was like a ton of like house shows, and anyone that knows Wisconsin probably knows JJ, and JJ has done a phenomenal job. But Wisconsin in general, but specifically Milwaukee, and getting that scene popping. And I think Madison, since it's like a college town too, has always done good in its own right as well. And
Yeah,
Yeah,
100%.
Madison goes through waves with like having decent house venues, and there's some really good venues too. I work for the Gamma Ray here, which is a really cool
Okay.
like independent venue that used to be a spot called the Frequency back in the day, and I think like the new owner is like bringing it back to its former glory from before COVID, which is just cool. I don't know. I think Madison itself has a really eclectic scene, and that's because of like this school. But I think just in terms of arts, like if you're
Yeah.
just like, I want to go do or see something artsy, you're, hard pressed to find a single day during the week that you can't find anything. There's
Wow.
always something going on, no matter what. I mean, there's a couple of different jazz clubs that do music like every other night. There's karaoke everywhere. There's always bands playing, and I think it's a great place to grow up as an artist, because we've all
Yeah.
most
I think like
Grown up
I've
here.
even seen like on Twitter and like other places people being like, damn, like Wisconsin's like popping off like with all these, new bands and music
Yeah.
in general. And like, I don't know. I don't know what's in the water around here, but there's a lot of really great bands in the
And
area.
I'd like to see Madison become more of like a, like obviously there's Milwaukee, and Milwaukee is amazing, but I'd like to see Madison become more
Yeah.
you know, regular destination for bands, and not even just bands that we know.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just bands for in general. Yeah. No, that's great. Because I think we've started to see a lot of bands coming out of that area. I know we have a few friends of ours in our emo influencer network, Never a Phase Network, plug that really quickly, who are from the area as well, who are just constantly showing us new bands that are popping off and getting out there. So it is definitely a scene that I think a lot of people need to be more aware of, because there are some great bands, including yourselves, that are coming out of there, which is fantastic. Yeah. But talk to me a little bit about playing live. Have you guys gotten to play live a lot since you started? And what do those gigs usually look like?
Oh, that's a great question. What do they usually look like?
What does an Mway show look like, I guess?
Energy, a lot of movement,
Yeah.
a lot of audience interaction. I'd say, like, just in the sense that Kyle just like dives directly into the crowd no matter where we're playing. Anyone and everyone is welcome to grab a microphone on stage if they want.
Nice. I
Yeah,
love that.
I feel like we played like a ton of shows, way more than we ever expected.
When we first started playing, like my priority was I wanted to start playing shows as soon as possible, which meant
Mhm.
that we were out like playing like two originals and like three or four covers. So like, from the time that we started, damn, my phone's gonna die.
No. Do you have a charger nearby?
Yeah, we'll
There's
be
one
fine.
good-
We got some.
yeah.
Yeah, I got one in my car. Need to be.
Um, I Yeah, I really enjoy playing, and like after like after COVID and everything, I wanted to get back to it. It's just, I also think like when when anyone's starting a band, like the best way
Yeah.
to just get better with the other people in your band is do covers, play live. That's
Yeah.
the formula.
100%.
But yeah, I mean, we've done. Hayden was trying to like guess like how many shows that we've played since we started. I couldn't tell you, but it's been at least like probably like 50 shows a year
at least.
at the
Wow.
very least.
So
Yeah, that's great for a DIY band. Yeah.
I would say definitely over 200.
I'm interested. I don't know.
I had somebody actually look that up like 2 years ago on Twitter. I was like, I'm really lazy.
Yeah.
Somebody find out how many, and someone did. I don't remember what that number was.
Yes.
Yeah. That's great though. I mean, that's a lot of shows. That's a lot of practice, a lot of getting that, fine tuning your live show in particular, which I mean, we've had bands that are strictly like they've, just doing the TikTok thing, but not really haven't gotten a chance to play live. So they've just been pumping away, making music and making their TikToks, and that's been about it. And then we've had bands like yourselves who are out there like doing it. I won't say the old fashioned way, but I mean, when we think about I'm almost 40, so my bands of my time, that's how they did their thing. They went out and played whatever shows they could at any time. So I
But
think that's the best
I
way.
also don't want to like I don't want anyone to think
Yeah.
like doing like like not playing shows, like just doing like stuff on TikTok or like online,
Yes.
or just like that's also like as long as you're just doing art,
And like
like
having fun.
Yeah.
fuck yeah, that's
Please.
the
Yes.
best way to go about it for real.
And
Oh yeah.
we're also like in our fees, so like
Okay.
early fees. Like
Yeah.
I think for us it's like, I mean, I could speak personally. Like for me, it's like playing shows is like a part of the fun.
Yeah.
Like
Oh
it's
yeah.
totally it's a great time to like test things out, and I don't know, that's totally a part of the fun. So
Yeah. Speaking of live shows and testing things out, so I've read about one show you guys did in Chicago where there was like you played under a bridge, but then the guy booked it. I need to know. I know. I need to know
How
this
did you
story.
hear about that? Oh my god.
oh, it's out there.
I did my research, dude.
No. It's funny that you bring that up because just Flyover States, which has Caleb from Hey I Love You, was just staying at my house and we were just reminiscing about that show
Are
together.
you serious?
Yeah, like 3 days ago or something.
That's wild.
Yeah, that was just that was like our very first like tour,
Yeah.
and
Shout out, hey, I love you.
it was just a poorly booked show, and I'm gonna take the blame for that one because I'm the person who like got in contact with the person in Chicago who booked it, and like
It was almost quite cool.
yeah.
What?
They were really great. Saw us that in.
My gosh, yeah. What was the first band?
I can't
I can't remember, but they were
remember.
really good. They were really good.
Yeah.
And like, yeah, it was, we got there and I knew it was going to be something, wild because he said like he had like a server hosting battery that he was going to bring out that he had done shows with before. And, it was cool. We had to lug our gear kind of like far down the bike path. But the thing is like at the time I was like, if this works, this is going to be cool as fuck. Like I was really
Oh yeah.
excited. I love that kind of shit. And unfortunately, the battery died during our set. We were the first band played as the sun was setting right next to the river. It was beautiful. It was awesome. There
That
was a
sounds
decent amount
great.
of people there. Sun went down. We start playing. We get 30 seconds into our first song. Batteries shot.
Everything turns out.
Everything turns off, and we are all packing up and going home.
So were there bands after you that were supposed to play too?
Yeah.
Hey I Love You and one other band, and Hey I Love You was coming from Montana at the time, so I felt really bad. Yeah, it's just a poor planning, poor
Or bl-
and the person that had booked the show, like I had booked shows with them before, like at a different spot and everything,
okay.
so I had no reason to like believe they, you know,
Didn't have any ill will or anything
it
like
happened,
that.
I guess.
Yeah,
But
shit
it was
happens.
one for the books, though. It's definitely, it's really
Yeah.
brought that up.
said that there's like more than one shows that you're gonna bring up.
No, that was the show. That was the
Okay,
show.
I
Just
was like, wait, I
speaking of
want to know what the
shows,
other ones are. You know?
no, but is there another show? I mean, you clearly have done quite a few. Is there another show that sticks out in your mind, one either good or bad, that you just either like the show you felt like you were on point the whole time, or one that you're like, this is we learned a lesson
I think Denton,
today.
Texas was like, yeah, Denton, Texas was like one of the coolest shows we ever played. Rubber Gloves
Denton,
is fucking
Texas.
awesome. That lineup was insane.
Insane.
It was fucking crazy.
Yeah.
Nice.
I was like, that might have been the most people we've ever played to.
Wow.
Yeah, no, I think my brain immediately just went to the fact that we've played like 2 house shows where like there's been water leaks. So it's all
Oh, that's crazy.
so like one time was in Milwaukee way back and it was right during our last song and water leak. Like
Uh-huh.
I don't know
It
what happened.
exploded right onto me, like right when we were about to
Hell
like play
yeah.
like the climax. Where fucking, I thought somebody had popped a bottle of champagne next to me. So at first I was like, hell yeah, and then I turned and it's just like
What?
just fucking soaked in water.
I need to post.
You should, yeah, it's a good video.
Yeah, the video is like it's happening and I go, play the fucking song. Didn't like I didn't know it was that bad.
Yeah.
But it's really funny in hindsight.
Well, you need to post that video. I need to see this.
It's on our Instagram, but it's definitely you probably got to scroll.
You have to go
We
scroll
played
down.
a show in Springfield, and it was packed house shows like with like Trash, Harrison Gordon, us, Moose Creek Park, and Pomfret. Just stacked show, right? And
Oh, that's a good
I
show.
think Trash played, and then Harrison Gordon.
Yeah, Harrison Gordon played.
And then we were just setting up the play, and then another leak happened. And it was our last day of our run with Moose Creek Park.
Yeah.
And we had to just kind of like be like, all right, see y'all. And neither of us got to play. It was sad.
That was also the run that like Kyle's windshield got smashed in while we were driving down the highway. Like a sheet of ice flew off the back of a semi on our way to St. Louis and just like hit the windshield and like just cracked the shit out of it.
Oh,
Scared the fuck out of me.
Oh yeah.
that would. I mean, at least it wasn't a log truck, but oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Yes. I'm perpetually like just, terrified of those things to Final Destination.
Yeah.
Yes. All right, Rob, are you
I
back
think I'm
now?
back. I think I'm back. The internet is it's fighting against me. I did my best. I'm doing warrior shit here. Let me dive in. So I see you do these fucking walkthrough, play along, and the likes. It's intimidating as fuck. I tried to play along with you for about 20 seconds. You rip shit on that guitar. You tear it up. What is like the songwriting process for your guys' songs? Because it's like they're still for being like a lot of the times when you start really, jerking off with that guitar, like it kind of like doesn't always make for the best song. It gets a little, like self-gratuitous, but like you guys seem to balance this shit well where it's like, oh, it's melodic. There's a song here, but like dude's ripping. You know what I mean? Like how are you able to find that balance? What's the process there?
I mean, with Double Bind, Kyle wrote like all of the guitar parts for Double Bind pretty much. I helped out, and then I wrote, Jamie and I wrote the guitar. So that's a Kyle question, really. I will say that
Wow.
like playing that shit has made like a better guitarist though.
I don't know. It's funny because like I wrote that stuff like right when I started, like when I was starting to do the EP with them, I was like, oh, I should try an open tuning, and then I wrote Double Bind, and I ended up teaching it to Stu right in time when we decided to like I showed it to them. They're like, yeah, we should definitely do this, and Stu learned it, and then I was like, oh shit, I gotta write vocals on this too, and like honestly, it was like so like there was a moment where I was like, did we find a balance or like is it like too busy like with guitar? And I felt like in ways it's a departure from the EP. Like to me personally, I can tell that I wrote it versus Stu. And
Yeah.
we've like we're trying to balance it out more, like working together in writing and also like bringing like both of our songs to the table, versus like here's a Stu thing and here's a Kyle thing.
Yeah.
So
And I think it's also like learning it has also helped me write better as well. Like the shit that I've written, like, post Double Bind is like way better than the shit that I was writing back for the EP.
I think we like as like guitar players, like I could say that like I think all of us, we just kind of like write stuff that we're like, oh, this is like really cool to us. and we're not really even. I mean, personally, I'm not really thinking about vocals that much, you know, at first even. So I'm just like, we're just having fun and writing stuff that we think's cool on guitar first and foremost.
But I can slow down the playthrough videos for you if you want. Put the
Bro,
tabs
you're
on
gonna
You
that.
have to
might have to do that for
stupefy
Rob.
that
Yeah,
shit
might have to do
so
that for Rob.
much. I come from like, yeah, Tom DeLonge school of guitar playing, brother. Like, if you ain't just doing like a major scale, like just fucking bopping around on some 1/4s and 5s, like I literally, the first time I saw you guys live, I was like, yeah. By like the second hammer on, I was out. I was just like, I can't hang here. This dude's a virtuoso. And to find out you're both doing that, like, Lord, I've never been so discouraged.
I've never seen someone pull off this like crazy of guitar work while also being like hammered. It's
That's what I'm saying.
actually
Like, he's
insane.
making it look fucking effortless too. It's like you're just like, I'm just like, oh my god, fuck. It looks so hard, but you're doing it
Me
so
another
easily.
drink, and then he's playing like that.
I appreciate it though.
No, you are ripping. You are ripping.
Yeah.
Let me say too. So
So
we have no
speaking
Hayden
of,
tonight, right? Is that we have no Hayden?
Yeah. No,
Hayden's
Hayden's not here.
taking an exam on lactation right now.
Is that actually
Okay.
real?
Yes.
That's
Yes. So I
is
would
it for
say you
school or
guys.
yeah.
is he?
It's a pleasure.
There's
Or maybe he has like a wife who's gonna be lactating soon. I don't know.
yeah. There's 4 types of white guys. I would say there's old name, which would be a Stewart. There's new name, which is basically a Den, which would be a Hayden. There's a last name, first name, a Jackson, and there's a Kyle. There needs to be a Kyle, there needs to be an old name, a new name, and a last name, first name. These are the 4 types of whites. You guys really complete this here the best. What would you guys say is maybe the best of the 4 types amongst you here? And Kyle, how do you feel as this
I can see that.
stereotypes and these discrimination that has come upon your name the past few years, as you're clearly not a Kyle, as it's become a slur?
Well, you'd be surprised, right? Low key, like I've like found like a great appreciation for Mountain Dew recently, and that is like
Brother.
it is so on par. Also, like
Yeah.
yo, honestly, like
It's so
S
deep
tier.
in the dew over
S
here.
tier.
Yeah. The S tier of the S tier. Yeah.
No. So otherwise, like I will have like a sugar-free the White Monster whenever I need a really good pick me up. Like we're doing like an overnight drive type beat, unless I'm having like a
Yeah.
like I'll smack one of those, which is like pretty on brand for Kyle.
That's,
But
they say 2
otherwise, I'm
white
not punching
monsters
holes in
creates
walls.
a
I don't
3rd
think
white
I'm
monster.
that kind of person.
Well, you guys use thicker material on your walls over there. I don't think they're as drywalled up as us. You got brick and the like, so that's good of you to resist that.
Yeah, right. That's probably why a
Probably
lot of
very true.
asbestos.
That's best.
Yeah.
You don't want to open those walls up.
Oh yeah.
Not at all.
Yeah, asbestos be hitting, bro.
So you guys signed with, okay, is it PNWK Records? Is that right? Yeah, you guys signed with them in 2024, right? So what was that like when you first got to sign with them? Like, how did that feel for you? And I know the roster on there is a bunch of pretty great like DIY bands as well. So how does it feel just to be part of that group and how they welcomed you into the family, if you will?
I mean, a lot of the guys on that label were on our old label that we were on, Thumbs Up.
Okay.
And also they're just like, good for like Tiny Voices, like us and Tiny Voices go way, way, way back.
Okay.
Like our old band before Jackson was in it, Me Jelly played with Tiny Voices at one of their like first shows ever.
Wow.
In like 2019, I think 2018, 2019,
Okay.
something like that.
So there's been connections there for a long time.
But I mean, their whole like I don't know, their whole outlook on what labels should look like and how artists should be treated is like pretty cool, dog. I'm pretty into that.
They're the sweetest people also, like in all transparency, and like I've talked about it with them too. Like, I can't remember how I heard about it, but like I heard that they weren't like signing any other bands, and then like I heard that someone said that like, but they were interested in EMWAY and Aren't We Amphibians. So I like slid into their messages and I was like, hey yo, what's up? And
You slid in the DMs.
yeah, I slid into their DM, and I love them to death. Honestly, those are the sweetest 2 people ever to
Yes.
exist, and the amount of like work and love they have for the scene and especially like bands like that are just trying to do the damn thing. It's
Yeah.
incredible, and like you don't see that a lot when it comes to labels in general,
Mhm.
so yeah, shout out Rob and Sam, big hearts. So but yeah, no, they took us with open arms, and thumbs up dissolved, and we were kind of like, well, we can probably do it without a label, and like all that just like kind of happened so quickly, and so we're
Mhm.
really grateful to be a part of that roster and excited to work with them more.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, that's definitely, that's what I love about their philosophy, the whole, do it together, not just DIY, but DIT is what they say on their website. So I think that's really important for a lot of bands like yourselves coming up, because it's so easy. We see it all the time. Record labels taking advantage of bands. It happened a lot in the 2000s for sure. A lot of people, really got dicked over. So I'm glad to see you guys are in a good home, being taken care of. So that's pretty awesome. Yeah. So speaking of your sound, I had read in an article, someone had said that your music sounded like it was meant for a burnt CD your friend gives you in your locker. So my question is, which is it's a really cool compliment. So if you had to make a burnt CD for your friends, what 5 songs from any bands, past or present, would you put on that CD to show them who you are?
Oh, wait, burn.
Burnt CD, yes, yes, a mixed CD, if you will. I had, like, thousands of those back in the day.
Snap Your Fingers by Lil Jon. First song. Right there.
What? Okay,
Number
okay,
one.
snap your
That's
fingers.
number one.
Okay.
Smokahontas by Attack Attack.
Smokeahonas by Attack Attack.
Focus Attack Attack.
Honestly, gut reaction was Crank That by I Set My Friends on Fire.
Yeah, yes.
Oh, yes. I love their
Yeah, no, that's actually a really hard one.
That's 3.
We get three. Yeah, we're gonna actually roll with this. Okay. Slow by Smash.
Yeah.
Something by Smash Mouth. Gotta get. Okay. All right.
Sold by Smash Mouth? Okay, okay.
For Hayden, a Red Hot Chili Peppers song.
Oh God. Get
But,
Oh,
but it's Mommy, Where's Daddy?
That's a
okay, okay.
What
was it?
Ricky Martin.
What's up with the song? But we've been jamming to it pretty hard lately. What is it? It's not Viva La Vida. Like that's Coldplay. Living La Vida Loca. That's what
Yeah.
Yes.
Living La Vida Loca.
Hell yeah.
We should put that on the sample
We
pad.
should. That's a banger.
Yeah, you ever do a cover to that song? Do you ever do a cover of that song?
I can't imagine. Whoa.
I mean, if you ever want to expand your horizons, that would
Yeah.
be quite the cover song.
I was expecting a totally different burnt CD there, so that was interesting.
No, that was completely. I was like, oh, we're gonna start with Lil Jon. Oh, we got Smash Mouth in here. Okay, Attack Attack. I set my friends on fire. That's good. But then I was like, oh, and then Ricky Martin. I said, what's happening?
We're idiots. I was
No, I love it.
shout out like Tiny Voices and Stars Hollow and
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
no, we don't have to redo
Yeah,
it.
no,
Let's
yeah.
let's keep it at that. So
Yes, let's keep it. I like that's a good burnt CD, which would give someone a really well-rounded view of who you guys are. I think.
we should put that on. Bands can have Spotify playlists or whatever.
That should be, yeah.
We should just make that ours.
What we should do is we should just take blank CDs and just hand them out at our shows.
And it'll
That's
just be
those
that.
songs.
Yeah,
With
yeah.
those
Good
bad
idea.
songs.
You should check us out.
That'd be
Yeah.
fun. How much are blank CDs these days? Realistically,
You get like 100 for like $20.
Really?
yeah, you
we
could
should-
burn the crap out of those
we
real
should do
fast.
that.
You should.
When we released like a compilation, like 2-disc CD, like with our EP and LP
Oh,
on
nice.
it, and when we mailed those out, I mailed out the first 50. I mailed out. Bought some like blank DVDs, and I burned the movie Flight of Dragons, which is a made for VHS animated film from the 80s starring James Earl Jones and Harry Morgan and John Ritter. And I sent that out. And then also after that, it was either an episode of Mr. Belvedere or an episode of Garth Marenghi's Dark Place. So-
Wow.
I didn't know that I did that.
I wonder who got those. I'm really curious.
I wonder if anybody actually watched that shit. I love that. I love Flight of Dragons personally. I think it's a great movie. I mostly like it because Harry Morgan's in it and I love MASH. I can't imagine anybody else liking it.
We had people say about it.
Yeah. Well, you should make that compilation CD, and then at the end, you put one of those tracks where you're just freestyling at the end. That's like your
there you
surprise.
go. I'm gonna leave
That's your
them way.
surprise bonus track. One question Rob always asks everyone on the show is about their pop punk Mount Rushmore or emo pop punk Mount Rushmore. If you had 4 all-time bands that you would put on there, on your Mount Rushmore of bands, who would you put on there?
Yeah, for pop, I don't know. Pop
Who's
punk's tough for me because I like
Well, or emo.
or emo. Yeah,
or emo? Yeah, which ones you want? Yeah, whichever. Yeah.
I'll put.
I put
Two
two
nights
nights up there. I put fucking By the End of Summer is up there
Oh,
for
nice.
sure.
Yeah. I'll put Stars up there because I
Stars,
feel like we gotta put
absolutely.
Stars Hollow up there for us. That would just make
I
sense.
love it.
For honestly, I think if Hayden were here, Hayden would say Origami Angel.
I was gonna say that.
Hayden would
Yeah.
say Origami Angel, and honestly, I'd agree with that 100%.
Yeah.
Love Gami.
Yeah.
Damn, Amanda, did you Mount Rushmore though?
Gami gang.
Mark, you know,
I did because I didn't know
yeah.
what happened to
You're like, fuck it, I gotta do the Rob shit. Yeah.
I was
yeah.
like, just in case.
Did you ask him about the perp references on the Twitter, the
Rob's gonna come
CEI,
back.
the JOI? Yeah, okay, yeah. All right, we got it all
No,
covered.
not yet. Go ahead. Ask about that. Yeah. No. Yeah. Let Rob ask those questions. He's lots of questions about some of your Twitter feed.
I'm less worried about DIY, that acronym. I'm much more worried about the CEI, the JOI, the BBW, a lot of perp talk. Who's running the Twitter here? Do you have some sort of sex addiction? Do you have a sex addiction? Are you addicted to sex? What we got going on here? Or is this a band of freaks, or do we got one loose gooner in the gang?
We just got mad. That's what we got going on.
Like honestly, like don't you like kick it with your friends and just like do play on words when people say stuff? Like I think that's
great.
I don't know. When I saw it recently that's Halo CEI, I thought it was so fucking funny.
Freak out. It's like,
It's a good take. Who cares?
It is a great take.
That's what Twitter
People are
is.
afraid. Yeah.
JOI defeated Kyle.
Yeah. Oh yeah, Daviv. Yeah. So
That's it. So stupid.
Yeah, yeah.
I've hung out with Stu so much in the last like 3-4 years now that it's like bled over to me. So I just like will already do a wordplay back to him. It's bad. It's normal for us.
The beauty
Yeah,
in
that's
the
the
eyes
fun
of
stuff you
Calder
gotta
today,
do.
fucking that killed me. I was just like,
That was me
last night.
like at 1 in.
Stu said that, and I was like, "You got to tweet that." So it's really being idiots together. That is what Twitter's for. People have made it way too fucking serious.
Twitter's always been for saying just the absolute like stupidest shit that you could possibly say.
Yeah.
Yes.
Except for when I'm looking for a job, but resume.
Yeah, then maybe not so much.
Just don't put the Twitter down.
Yeah, don't put the Twitter down when you're looking for a job. But people do take Twitter way too seriously.
I get worried
these days.
sometimes.
Don't worry, you can't get canceled. You're fine.
Yeah, we're
Hopefully
past
not.
that point. It's just
Hide it all before.
Well, I'm happy my technical issues stopped in time to really get to that, because that was something that was really that's been the highlight of my EMWAY experience so far. It's just been like
It's the Twitter.
Bodily, semen jokes.
Yep.
yeah,
definitely.
the Phantom Penis one, like I was just like, this is quality. This is quality. Like I got like a set of screenshots of just EMWAY tweets.
He sent them to me.
Yeah, might be legit. Might be my favorite. Yeah, it used to be Keegan Franzi's mommy from Camp Trash. Used to be my favorite Twitter account, but like I think EMWAY has taken over as my favorite Twitter account. I'm gonna be real with you guys. Yeah, when we do our year end, we haven't discussed it all, but we're gonna do year end awards on this show, and you guys are front runner for best Twitter account. Yeah. Sorry, Amanda. Yeah, there's gonna be an awards show. Yeah.
Oh, that's good. That's me. That's fine.
An unreleased song with a tentative title, but a tentative title, a working title of Don Vito Real Doll. I don't know if you're a fan of Viva La Bam.
Yeah.
I am.
You also have concerns about. Yeah. Also, that's definitely not going to be the name.
Yeah, Don Vito. That's a bad one to Google. Yeah, we had someone bring up Lost Prophets a few weeks ago. I was like,
yeah,
we've been playing. We've been playing that song out live, and I've just been putting it on the set list as Real Doll.
Yeah,
Real
that's probably better than
Yeah.
just putting Don Vito.
Probably. Yes, I would agree with that. Oh my
This
gosh.
maybe it was better my mic and my camera stay disattached today because this became a lot. Yeah, this might be the most unhinged portion of this podcast, Amanda. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
It's okay.
I'm
What
so-
else you got for him, Rob, before we start wrapping up?
Those are
My
really the main
gosh.
things. Those are really the main things. Who are you guys' favorite bands right now that you consider peers?
Gosh,
Yeah.
okay.
Tiny Voices.
Tiny voices. Okay.
Stars, Aren't We Amphibians, Miss Creek Park, Casper Fight Scene, Arcadia Gray,
Boy Clothes. Carson D. Bell and the End Times.
Ogbert.
Fucking nerd.
Gosh, it's so hard. There's so many. Hey, I Love You, obviously.
Oh, yeah.
Red Sun, Ben Quad, Riley.
Yeah.
Holy fucking shit. I'm gonna forget so many. The others like us, Rick. You're panicking. The others like
Everyone
us.
that's been left off, y'all take this as a personal attack.
Sunfelt.
Yeah.
Garden Home, Barely Civil. I'm trying to think of the same name. Leisure Hour. Shout out heavily for no specific reason, but maybe. I did my Spotify. Yeah, pull up your Spotify quick, Jackson. Come on. There's so many bands. I don't know.
Shout out D-Funk and the Grease Monkeys.
Yeah, some homies. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I'm starting to blank. I had a good run for a second there, right?
That was
I thought it
solid.
was
Yeah,
decent.
That's a
you
lot of
covered a lot of
bands.
yeah, you
I
covered so
mean-
many people that the people
Shout out
not
my
listed are
band.
definitely gonna feel slighted.
I know,
Yeah,
right? It's
what?
like,
Do we-
Good.
ours-
No,
Yeah.
they should feel slighted because we're doing that on purpose. We purposefully
Yeah.
not to name.
Yeah, you were left out on purpose. Yeah. Work on yourselves.
Yeah.
Full of
Oh my
Penny. I love
gosh.
it.
This shit's so hard every time. It's like I should start like keeping like a list on
Right?
me.
Yeah.
You should.
So many bands out there and people that we've met and adore to death, you know, and we played with
Yeah.
them, we fucking love them. I don't think I've met any band that I actually hate. Don't answer that. Don't answer that. I don't think there's
It's good to know.
just
We've
thinking
had
now.
some bands
I
on
just
here
need
that
to
I'm
He's
iffy
like-
on, so there's definitely some bands you played with that you don't like. Yeah.
Yeah. My God.
No comment.
Yeah.
No comment. Love it. So
Yeah.
that's the good PR answer. I love it. Very good. You're all friends in the scene.
There's definitely
that's the way it
promoters
should
that
be.
I hate, though. Now that I can be open with.
Okay.
I'll be very,
yeah.
very open.
Talk about that quickly. How so? What have they like? Give me examples of things they've done that are just. You don't have to name names. I'm you.
Like
Some
the time
fucking
that,
names on the regional
that
promoter.
Jackson and my old band opened for 96 Bitter Beings, which is the singer from CKY's band. The promoter had
Yeah.
us start playing our 15-minute long set at 7:45, 20 minutes before doors opened.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, a little
Yeah.
pre music.
Yeah, no,
Where-
there's just a
what-
couple of promoters I know that still use the fucking pay to play bullshit, and I think it's really stupid. Like, you know,
I think so.
like fuck, ethics and what morals and whatever. Like all that aside, I just think it's fucking really dumb. So
I think so too.
I
Yeah.
wouldn't have
Wow,
thought the
that's
pay to play
incredible.
bullshit
Wait, so-
existed out there. Like I thought that was some big shit city bullshit they pull. I thought the pay to play was some big city bullshit they play out here because there's a million bands. Like I didn't think that was happening in actual like mid-sized cities and the like. You guys have been dealing with that bullshit out there too.
yeah, and it's probably like far and few between, but there's one spot that really like just does shit like that. Like EMWAY played a show there, and they were like, "Okay, you can come pick up your physical tickets to go and sell, and then bring me the money back." And I was like, "Are you kidding me? I'm not gonna drive around town selling tickets. The internet exists, man."
Yeah.
And it's like, well, how am I
Yeah.
gonna know? How am I gonna know who's here to see you and like how much you're gonna get paid? It's like, what the fuck? That doesn't mean anything, man. It's really dumb. It's really stupid.
Well, thank you guys so much for doing this today. Really appreciate it. And for everyone who's watching and listening, Don't forget to like and subscribe wherever you're watching or listening, whether it be on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, YouTube, wherever it is. Follow us on all of our social media at Emo Kids Anonymous. We are mainly on TikTok and Instagram and Twitter because Rob loves to be on Twitter. Not on Facebook.
No, we don't
So
need
there we
Facebook's
go.
for the
But
olds.
everywhere
Yeah.
else, we are there. Yes, for my redneck relatives. Anyway, so thank you guys so much. Really appreciate it. Thank you for talking with us. And thank you everyone for watching today. Hey guys, again, thank you so much for watching. If you weren't aware, this show is a part of the Never a Phase Network, a collective of creators keeping the spirit of the scene alive. You can discover more shows and creators like this one at neveraphasenetwork.com and follow us on TikTok and Instagram at Never a Phase Network. Long live NapNet.